Meet Jeff Dabe. He's had spectacular hands since birth. Women will never know the dread of when your nut touches the inside of the toilet bowl. Men will never know what it feels like to have a fart creep forward and go up inside your vag. Then you gotta do a weird bend to read out your dart. Who would win in a fight? Remy. I hate this debate. He's a street rat. He would absolutely clobber Stuart with his bare hands. Stuart hasn't worked for anything in his life. Remy no struggle. Stuart is a little butch. A soundproof breathable device to silence your baby's cries during long flights and movie nights. The baby mute is a must-have for any parent who wants to enjoy long flights or movie nights without the distraction of their baby's cries. I have a customer support question. Do you guys still make these? Man spent $16,000 to become a dog. Now worries if people think he's weird. It's admittedly not the most common hobby around. A nation MIT student asked AI to turn an image of her into a professional headshot. It made her white, with lighter scene and blue eyes. Rona Wan tried to use Playground AI to create a professional LinkedIn photo. Courtesy of Rona Wang. I haven't lost my virginity because I never lose. Tupac and Jada Pickett Valentine's Day 1992. A bullet Tupac actually dodged. A 54-year-old man in Brazil was admitted to the hospital after he suffered abdominal pains from a 2-kilogram dumbbell stuck in his rectum. He waited for 2 days before deciding to seek medical assistance after he failed to remove the dumbbell. Murdered someone. Will I get fired? Dunno. Just happened. Kinda worried. Will management find out and be angry? Q5. My man was boring, but he took care of me. We had a house and food on the table. I left him to pursue my film dreams in Atlanta. That failed. I've been striping and other things. I got pregnant and I want to go back home. So he'll help me. He's dating. How to win him back? We strapped a GoPro on AB to see why bees are dying, and boy did we find out quick. Island Boys Fly. A soldier comes out as guy after making incest content with brother. How the duck do girls swallow crap. That shuck taste awful. Workers in Tennessee collecting dew from the mountains. In 1997 Russia, a poacher shot and wounded a tiger and then stole part of its skull. The tiger later staked out the poacher's cabin, waited for 12 to 48 hours, and then attacked and ate him. A prison inmate tried to sue himself for allowing himself to get drunk and ruin his life. He demanded $5 million from himself and reasoned that the state should pay since he didn't get a salary behind bars. An opinion which would get you in this position? Jar Jar could eat you out like a capital G god. I want to eat your coochie. I'm on my period. I want to eat your coochie. Facebook. Record a video of yourself. To make sure that you're a real person, we need you to record a video selfie. We'll ask you to move your head during the recording to help us capture your face at different angles. We use this video to help us check that this account belongs to you. We'll delete the video once we've done this, and it will never appear on your profile. Record video. Amal Haji is probably the world's dirtiest man because he hasn't bathed in 60 years. He eats rotten animal carcasses and he smokes faces out of a pipe. Note, he's single and looking for love. When she buys herself a 3D printer to try out all the nut pics she has received. Duck you cheating ace, big head, cousin ducker, sister hopper, small nut, 30 seconds lasting broke a snig. Broke. When you pound down a sack of shrooms and realize peanut butter makes you invisible. I called my boyfriend using my friend's phone. He picked the call and said hi, baby. He knew it's me, even when I didn't speak a word. True love exists. The poor guy probably spent a decade trying to share his wealth, but nobody ever replied to his emails. $43 million in cash, found in empty Nigerian apartment. No train had ever touched Thomas like this before. His wheels felt weak. Is it weird that we all know exactly what show this is from? I've opened 3 birthday cards, and I'm already 150 pounds up. I love being a postman. China Zoo denies allegations that star attraction is a man in a sun bear costume. Some people pointed out the bear's human-like movements and what appeared to be pant-like folds around its rear when standing. Mississippi man sentenced to 40 years for breaking out of prison just months before completing his 7-year sentence. Took him to the aquarium, we are on a budget. For a minute, I thought I was about to watch the wildest cooking show of all time. Gordon Ramsay on Cook When. Gordon Ramsay investigates the cook when trade. Naming heat waves after mythical creatures of hell. Naming heat waves after oil companies. If K is a substitute for OK and some people call their grandpa pop, could K-pop be a substitute for OK boomer? My guy, I'm here to blow my load, not my mind. I was born a male, identify as a male, but according to Stalfer's lasagna, I'm a family of 4. Upon arriving to help get my keys out of my car, the AAA guy locked his keys in his car and had to call AAA. Lizzo accused of sexual harassment and weight shaming by former dancers. When are we going to talk about the fact that having a crush is literally a form of sexual harassment? A woman on the train kept staring at me, and after about 25 minutes she was like, I'm sorry, but you look like my high school boyfriend who passed away, and without missing a beat I was like, Amanda? And she was like, my name's Rachel, but imagine if I guessed her name right. Jude Rorschach is my favorite superhero. I just wish his mask didn't have a picture of my parents fighting on it. I didn't get the loan. You really went down there, Ernie. The bank wasn't going to give you money to open a World War II themed amusement park, especially with a ride called the Loho Coaster. Awful. Worst chip shop in Walsall. Paid £7.60 for a kebab. Hardly any meat. Nan was burnt. Rubbish. Never going there again. I'm sorry to hear about your Nan. I hope she gets well soon. How serial killers who never got caught watch documentaries about their chimes. Relatable. Wait, what? My cousin been in jail for 6 years and he finally got to meet his 3-month-old baby. Teacher, who did the Pearl Harbor bombing? Correct. Tea is an evil substance. Tea is much more dangerous than beer. Please avoid drinking tea. I discovered this last night. I had drunk 14 beers up until 3 AM at the pub, while my wife was just drinking tea at home. You should have seen how angry and bland she was when I got home. I was peaceful, silent, and headed to bed as she shouted at me all night long and even into the next morning. Please ladies, if you can't handle your tea, just don't drink it. India's first openly gay prince says his parents sought brain surgery to make him straight. Elmo can only look on in horror as Hank mocks Cookie Monster while wearing his severed face as a hat. Out of sexual frustration, dolphins are heavily prone to going murderous rampages, killing in a manner called object-oriented play. Even after killing, the dolphins may play with the carcass. Lizzo forced dancers to eat bananas from sex workers' vegs during Amsterdam trip. Bombshell lawsuit. Man murdered a lady's mother and cousin. She then befriended him and supported his early release. Then when he was released, he murdered her too. Why does Zoom have offices? As a man, would you be fine if your girlfriend or wife made more money than you? In my opinion, I think some men are intimidated by it. They both do, and I'm cool with it. Mr. Clean understands that your family is long dead and is here to help. My new puppies don't listen to commands, but they do laugh at all of my jokes. Besides Donkey Kong, does Smash Brothers really have any bulk characters? Brawlhalla has tons of bulk representation. Stay woke y'all. Sacrificing myself to save humanity by nutting in those alien cheeks. So, we have a proposition. Like Jeffrey Epstein, this sign didn't hang itself either. Shut on my dad's side of the family, we load up in the car and head to Mexico to get plastered and hit up strip clubs when someone nice. Somewhere in the middle of drinking and getting some handy dandies, we reminisce about the deceased. Powerful visual shows how much sugar is in 400 milliliters of Heinz ketchup. No wonder I feel sick when I consume a whole bottle. Me showing my nut to my girlfriend. My girlfriend. I have a bigger one. Doctor said I got 14 minutes left. I thought I was dying, so I took this pic. Then he said about 14 minutes until I can leave. My girlfriend after taking a cream that makes you look 10 years younger. These edibles ain't shut. 45 minutes later. Hey, what? You know Joe? I'm very sorry. It was just a one-time thing. I promise. Joe Mama. Nig said age dysphoria. Age dysphoria snacks. It's a disordered duck-off monkey. Instructions. Introducing your baby to your pets. Yes. No. Seen in the restroom of a downtown Portsmouth coffee shop. There are more concise ways to make the point, but probably none better. Toilet not flushing? Please do not panic. 1. Press and hold flush handle down. 2. Wait a moment. 2. Think about the last time you held their hand in the art museum in Luxembourg. The fact that they left not long after didn't surprise you, but the hollowness in your life left by their absence, even all these years later, does. 3. By this point, the toilet should have flushed. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm a genius. Was amazed how quickly I repaired my entry door from the garage. Nikki, squee. Oh my god, my crush is so cute, and I hate that annoying popular Mackenzie. Greg, okay Rowley now hit the second tower. Who's worse? Zooey Mama. Went to our local bar with my wife last night. Locals started shouting paid for file and other names at me just because my wife is 24 and I'm 50. It completely spoiled our 10th anniversary. Why is it illegal to give a child up for adoption once they are not an infant or baby anymore? I want to give my 12-year-old daughter up, but I'd be charged with abandonment. If I give her to foster care, Child Protective Services will try to reunite us, not adopt her out. I worked child protection for 15 years. Let me say this up front. Wow. Yep, if you give her up you will be charged with abandonment. As you should. And no, they won't try to reunite you if you abandon her. That's quite a dilemma you have here, isn't it? So-called Child Protective Services, you have already been involved with them as incidents by your post about charges of abandonment. You're not new to this. The state will try to adopt her out. But, she's 12, not likely that she will be adopted. But, that's not your issue, is it? You don't want her. That's the bottom line. Try calling her dad, or her mom, if you are her dad, and ask the other parent to help you with this. The child's dad or mom will be charged with abandonment as well, as they should. Or family members? Ever considered family members? Do you have a church? Maybe you can talk to your pastor, or not. Where did I indicate that? Okay, I didn't realize that you're stupid and apparently 12. You don't have to be a smoker to pray with herbs. Herbs have been used this way for centuries. I'm going to ducking rub you. Check these out and let me know if you duck with these. That first one is insane cuz. Ever pluck a guy's eyebrows and realize that they are absolutely not the superior gender and are weak as shit? My partner thought this until she got her uppercut. She wasn't very superior after that. If Earth stops rotating suddenly, then you would fly east at 465 meters per second and die instantly. If it continues to rotate, most of us will die slowly, painfully and afraid. They took a selfie on GTA Online, became friends, and traveled to meet and take a photo at the exact same location. How strange. Normally what happens is that you get your organs removed. iPhones are so nice without the case. Everything feels nice without protection. Ruin 2 movies at once by combining their titles together. Pixar and New Line Cinema present Planes in the Two Towers. My name is Kim Yo-jong, and I'm late for my first day as Dictator. Not gonna lie, that's actually kinda cute. I'd let her knock me. Saw a homeless man with a sign that said one day it could be you. So I put my dollar back in my pocket in case this dude is right. Homeless man. Damn, this is good one. Charity worker stopped me on the street and asked if I fancied taking part in a marathon. I was going to decline, but he told me it was for disabled kids and children with severe learning difficulties. I thought, duck me, I might win this. This man lost his 16-year-old son in a car wreck. He decided to donate his son's organs, including his heart. So, the heart recipient sent his dad a surprise gift, a teddy bear with a recording of his son's heart. Now when the batteries run out, it would be like his son died twice. You'll ever jack off, but realize you're not in the mood, but you got everything set up. So you force yourself to nut, and when you finish you realize that you just raped yourself. I was asking for it. Men have read it. What is the hardest thing to explain to a woman? Why I'm hard. No, I'm not, honey. I wasn't thinking of anything. I was reading about the fall of the Roman Empire. Okay. It just does that. What part of the Roman Empire do you find most sexually arousing? The part where Julius Caesar gets penetrated over and over again by all his friends. What movie would be better if it didn't have a happy ending? Toy Story 3, as they roll toward the incinerator, fade to bulk. Credits, with a very sad Randy Newman singing a down-tempo "You Had a Friend in Me." Hey Satan, it's a goddamn kids movie. In Britain, we don't bother with these bullshit selections, we just have a queen that doesn't die. I reckon that will change soon. I reckon you're full of shit and just some prick who owns a gun. I reckon it will happen on November 25th. Stop saying start a family when you mean have kids. A couple is still a family. A single person and her cat is still a family. A couple and their plants are still a family. You don't need kids just to be called a family. I had a distant uncle who had 3 cats as pets. That was his family. He slipped in the bathroom and died. Few days later, when people opened the door, they saw the family members eating him. There was a gang turf war outside my apartment today. Well, we now know who among them would get shot if the police got involved. Prince Philip, 99, has left hospital in central London a month after being admitted. Wow, the taxidermist did a fantastic job. Teen masturbated 56 times straight before dying of heart attack. Impressive. Who counted it? What would be the coolest way to die? Okay, so this is my suicide plan. Strap a bunch of balloons to a football helmet I'm wearing. put a garrote around my neck and jump out of a skyscraper, decapitating me cleanly and allowing my head to float away, preferably to a nearby school or park, to be found by some poor kid. My boyfriend repopulated a kidney stone into my hole. I'm keeping it there. Little catty pearl. Sometimes I pray for God to take away my ability to read. If a girl darts while you're giving her head, what would you do? Stick my linger in her bet and say, hush little fella, you're next. Jesus. What was your school's huge scandal? We had a guy that would go into the bathrooms and smear his pee all over the walls and jack off on all of the toilet paper. He'd destroy any bathroom that he went into, and we wouldn't be able to use it for a couple of days. Our principal would get on the loudspeakers at school and announce that the Poopatrator has struck again and tell us what bathroom not to use. This lasted for about 3 weeks. It was this 6'7" goth of a giant, probably weighing 350 plus pounds. He finally got caught in the act and had a chase through the entire school, running through the lunchroom, down to the gym, just knocking anybody over who tried to get in his way. The football coach was finally able to tackle him after he sprinted through the school with shut on his hands for 15 plus minutes. Wait, the other ones can hear us? American girl releases first doll with hearing loss. Please do not flush anything other than bathroom tissue. Thank you. Carefully puts turds in pocket. Why is Billie Eilish's brother dating someone that looks exactly like Billie? Because Billie isn't 18 yet. Your heartbeat is probably perfectly synchronized with someone else's, especially if you are dead.